there's too many critics of the Ukrainian aid packages that also assume that Ukrainians aren't really worthy of aid, that it's just this country full of thugs and corrupt people. I mean, this is the sort of narratives that you hear. Again, maybe go visit. What you see is the same exact kind of thing that you'd see here after a disaster. You see school gyms being repurposed to organize aid, food. You see grandmas in there organizing it all, making sure everybody gets it. You see soup kitchens. You see orphans. You see people doing their best to live their daily lives. You see a people that you'd recognize. And this strange effort by many on my own side of the aisle to degrade, I think, the cause of the Ukrainians and to belittle them as a people, especially Zelensky. They hate Zelensky. Can't really figure that one out. While simultaneously justifying, even subtly justifying Russian action is appalling.
Let's talk about some of those critiques. Why is Ukraine a priority for America? We all agree that what you just described is terrible, but why is it a priority for us?
Yeah, keyword, it's a priority. It's not the priority, but it's important. Mitch McConnell's statement was right on. This is never about Ukraine. It's not about Zelensky. It's not about whether we like Zelensky. It's not about whether we like the Ukrainian government or even the people. It's whether we believe that we should live in a world where other countries are not invading other countries just because they like their stuff. You can go live in that world, and that's the pre-World War II world. That's the world humanity has lived in for thousands and thousands of years. And by the way, our situation wasn't so good. Right. Our way of life, our quality of life has increased dramatically since World War II, since America basically took the stage and said, everybody's going to stop and shut up and you're going to trade with each other. And if you have disputes, you can talk about it. That's it. That's what America did. That is the gift that America brought to the world, that and our Constitution and our sense of rights and a few other things as well. But if you revert back to a pre-World War II era, then you don't get any of the stuff that you have right now. Your way of life as you know it slowly starts to deteriorate and end. And Ukraine is not some nothing country, okay? They provide a large amount of pig iron ore, which we use for our steel. They produce a ton of neon. Neon is a key component of silicon chips, by the way. They provide about 12% of the world's grain of food produce, okay? Not our food in the United States, but developing countries' food. And if you think those things aren't connected, you're crazy and naive and need an education in global politics and global economics. Because once developing countries start to fail, then we have to intervene further. Everything is connected. The world is very small. I think the people who don't believe anything I just said have a fundamental premise that is false, which is that the world's a very large place. They're still living in the 1600s, the 1700s, where it took 6 months to get from here across the country or to Europe or wherever it is. Everything was very far away and disconnected. That's not how the world is now. It hasn't been that way for a very, very long time, in fact. And so you do have to pay attention, and you do have to prohibit this devolution of the global order into one where bullies and thugs and dictators just fill power vacuums as fast as they can. The United States is well positioned to stop that. Now, we always do a cost-benefit analysis, but in this particular case, our cost-benefit analysis is rather simple. We lose no Americans. We provide a bunch of weapons and ammunition that is just collecting dust on our shelves. We don't really want it anymore. We'd rather actually buy new stuff and fill up our stocks, which is a lot of the money goes to. So we spend almost no money. We spend about 10% of our annual defense budget on this particular war, and we managed to defeat and degrade a major rivalry.
Yeah. Do you ever sit down with your Republican friends and just literally sit down at 2 chairs and just talk about it? Just normal conversation talk over a drink.
It can happen. I think a lot of people derive their opinions from whatever the kind of vibe is on social media, though. And so it doesn't. I think a lot of people say things they actually don't believe. Especially with respect to this Russia-Ukraine thing. I don't think a lot of the people who are against Ukraine and for Russia here, I don't think they actually believe that. I think they view themselves as representing the recent polling that they've seen. I see representation in Congress. I see my purpose as leading people, as informing people and leading people. It's not leadership to just tell everyone what you think they want to hear.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed that clip. We have much more on the website, firsttv.com/exposed about Zelensky. And we do a lot of these exposed specials as well. Again, the firsttv.com/exposed.